I'm holding this piece of rebar because it's 10 foot, and I want you to get an idea of the size of this garden. This is not a huge garden space. I would think that for the most part, it would be considered a small garden. It's 10 foot, let's call it, let's be liberal and call it 13 feet. There's a lot here. There is not only the horizontal, but there's also the vertical, which is really important, just as important when you're planning your garden, is to have these gradations of elevation. Everybody's got a different kind of texture. Everybody lives in their own little eco space and has absolutely different requirements. They all have different requirements. These lilies are just about to pop. Susie's lilies. Now, I want to start here because you see this old brickwork. This was grandfathered in, and there was really nothing here that had survived. It was a dead garden with the sole exception of this lily. This guy is grandfathered in the grandest of ways because there was very little alive here when I first got here. But this old brickwork forms basically like a kidney shape, and it's 13 feet across, and at its widest, we'll call it 8 foot at its widest. Okay, here's something that I wanted to emphasize. You build a view, you build a movie set, you build an expressive look to your garden. But now we're going to go around to the side. And we're going to look at this garden from other directions, because this is one view, but there's a back side. And there's also a street view side. And there's also a kitchen door view. So this is not just a one-dimensional garden that's like shoved up against a privacy fence. You can walk all the way around this garden, and in every different way, it looks different. So let's take a look at that. Here's a street view of the same garden. Here's our 10-foot marker. Here we have our width. But here it's an entirely different look. It's different mix of colors, different mix of growth in here, different textures, definitely a different color scheme. And that's what neighbors driving by, this is what they see from the street. So here's a view from the interior of the yard. Here's our 10-foot marker. Let's see, just about there, huh? And we have a little alcove here that little by little it's shaping up. It's getting its layers. This area in here got crushed pretty good by the hurricane with limbs coming down, but it's coming back. This will have some beautiful, beautiful red panicles on it in time. And again, you can see this is our, 10-foot mark here with an alcove. All right, let's take just one more look. So here's our look from the kitchen. It's giving us a nice little hallway, little walkway down through here. And it kind of set, this again was much higher, and this was a literal tree that got smashed. It's okay, it's coming back. It's an entirely different eco space over here than it is here. But this is the fourth side of that one garden, a garden that is, what did we say, 13 feet by 8 feet. And it's got 4 different looks, definitely in here. Heavy shade, much darker. That area out there, completely different. One garden, 4 different looks, 4 different flavors, 4 different ecosystems, 4 different senses of spirit. Each one of them affects you in a different way. So when you think about a small garden, don't think about a small garden just tucked into a corner, because that certainly can be effective. But this garden is right out in the middle, and no matter where you go, it looks and feels different. So how cool is that?